Hi, this is 365801 and this is my pretty epic manga haul for the month of October 2020. As you can see, there are 3 stacks here. So I have purchased quite a lot this month. Some of the things that I've purchased I bought a few weeks ago and they're only just here just now. They've arrived. Some of the things I bought this month, and I bought a couple of sort of sets, so that's why there's so many. Well, actually that's not why there's so many, because without the sets even, I think I've purchased around 3 or 4 times the amount that I usually purchase in 1 month. So this is a pretty huge haul for me. Usually I try and aim for around 7 to 8 volumes. I try to aim for less, but that's generally what my average seems to be. So this is a lot. This is actually about the same size as like my May haul, which is my birthday month, so that's usually, you know, a fairly large one, and it's actually around the same size as the last huge haul, which was also October last year, 2019. That was a pretty big haul as well. I don't know why, but October seems to be a really big haul. November last year was very small, and I'm hoping that I will replicate that as well. I know I have one other title on the way. It has actually been released in October, so I thought it would be here by now, but I'm fine with it not being here because there's plenty to go around. So yeah, this is going to be a long haul video, and I mean long haul. It's going to be a really long one, so maybe get a cup of tea, sit down and enjoy some of my awesome goodies. These titles are amazing. So excited. This is like a really fantastic haul. Super excited to show you guys what I got this month. There's gonna be a lot. I might just do it in like publisher or imprint just to make it easier, so put up things that I got in the different publishers. So I'll do it that way, I think, just to make it a bit more organized, because my head is spinning with how much I have to go through. Okay, enough chatter, let's get to it. I think I'm going to start with the bulk sets that I got. So this is actually a Shoujo Beat title, and it's Bloody Mary, and it's volumes 1 through 6. This is actually a 10-volume series, I think. So I will need to get the remaining volumes. This is by Akazu Samamiya, I think Samamiya, and originally when this came out I did think it was a BL title. It's pretty much selling that to me from the artwork anyway. The cover work is just basically boys looking good, so tell me this isn't BL, because I'm pretty sure it is. It's also vampires, which is great, and so as an October buy I thought, yeah, this is really appropriate. I purchased it, it came on eBay, and it was pretty much here the next day. That was amazing. Whoever, you know, I bought it from, wow, that was super fast. And even though it's a Shoujo Beat title, it's kind of in that sort of vein. I think a lot of BL fans, Fujo, have thought, oh, this is kind of BL-esque anyway. So it's definitely in that vein of what previously in Western publishers would have put as Shonen Ai. So I think they definitely pushed that when it first came out. But it is a shoujo title. But as we know, a lot of shoujo titles have a lot of these kind of themes in it as well. So I'm looking forward to reading it. I don't think I'll be pushing to get the next volumes unless I start reading it and go, oh my god, I love this, and then I'll probably want to get hold of them. They are the usual price, around $6.99 for each volume, I think, and that's recommended retail price. So if I can get the rest of the series for a little bit less than that, then I'll be happy. But I'm not in any great hurry to collect the rest, as I said, until I decide that I love it. It will be a really good read for Manga Freakathon, So hopefully this will be one that I start reading for that week, or maybe even before, just to get myself in the Halloweeny mood. So yeah, Bloody Mary, I'm really looking forward to it. It's something I've always wanted to pick up, but I never really thought about, and then I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's a really good price. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I'm very happy with the Costa. It was a really good buy. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Now on to the second bulk buy that I got, and that is Godchild, volumes 1 through 7, and that is the complete set as far as I know. For this Kaori Yuki title, this is also by Shoujo Beat, so it's kind of the gothic theme that I thought would be really good for October. So I'm kind of happy to have some that might be appropriate. Bizarre Individual has been going on and on about Yuki Kaori, or Kaori Yuki, and in his recent videos I thought, oh, maybe I should give it a go then. My friend that I used to hang out with a lot, who was into gothic Lolita fashion and things like that, really liked her work and recommended that I have a wee go, but I've never actually read any of her work before. I know that this one has like a, I don't know, a Kane, something to do with Kane, who I'm assuming is the guy on the front. It's kind of like a companion series, so I don't know if I need to read that along with it. If you know, if you're a Kaori Yuki fan, do you think, is it okay to just jump in and read Godchild? If I have all the volumes, is there anything I need to read before it? Because this is a shoujo title, and you know, I'm not up on my shoujo titles. I could tell you some stuff about BL, but yeah, shoujo I'm not really a huge buyer of. So yeah, I know of Yuki Kaori, I know of her, and I know of the work, and I recognise it, but I've never actually sat and read any of it. So if you could let me know, do I need to have the other one, which I think is a little bit more tricky to get hold of or more expensive, and I think that's only like 2 or 3 volume, maybe 4 volume series that goes along with this one. Is it like a whole thing? Like, are all of her works connected? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you are a big Kaori Yuki fan. Can you let me know? Is it okay? Can I just read Godchild? Because I have all the volumes, and I think that would be a really fun read for the Manga Freakathon as well. So yeah, I'm getting my goth on. I'm getting prepped and ready. This is basically this is my TBR for that week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. Hopefully it'll be okay. I'm gonna read it anyway, guys. I'm just gonna read it anyway. But if I need to read something along with it, then yeah, let me know. I'll see if I can get hold of it. So yeah, happy to have this. Also very reasonably priced. I do think it's quite a good idea to just get a whole set sometimes. And like I said, this was here in like a day, 2 days. It was amazing. So fast. So thank you so much to the seller who was selling quite a few things that I would have bought, and a lot of them were shoujo titles, and I was like, I kind of want to read that, kind of want to have that. So there's a few things that I was like, no. But as you know, I already had a stack for October, so I just reined it in slightly. But yeah, already 6 volumes and 7 volumes, so that's quite a lot for this month. So yeah, Godchild, I'm looking forward to that during Manga Freakathon. Now on to a title which is technically not BL, but is LGBTQ, and that is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I have actually read this. I wanted to buy them. I really wanted to get the titles in book form, but then they were having a sale, and volume 1 was only like 99p back in, I think it was like April. We were all in lockdown, and I was like, great, I can read this really cheap. I really wanted to find out if it was any good because people were going on and on about it, and I just was like, oh, okay, then I'll give it a go. So it's not manga, but it is a graphic novel or comic, and a webcomic as well, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. I think it's a definite good title for a young young adult or older teens. I definitely think that's the, like, the age of the characters is also the age that people could be reading this, and it would be really appropriate for older teens in school. I definitely think that's a really good age range to kind of try and aim this for. So some of the dialogue and things I felt was very reminiscent. It reminded me of being a teenager, which is sort of nostalgic and at the same time is so cringy. I don't want to feel that way again. So yeah, it was sweet and it was cute, but it was also a little bit uncomfortable. So I liked this a lot though. So I will try and get the other 2 volumes. I have them all digitally anyway. As soon as I'd bought volume 1, it was like a given that I would end up buying the other 2, and I didn't really want to because they were full price. So these will be bought at some point. So happy to have this one. Got it for a really good price. I think it was only about £6. So happy to have it in my collection. Okay, so the next title I have to show is also not a manga, and this is a yaoi novel, Roppongi Night Clinic, written by Mariko Hihara and translation by Rieko Shimizu. I had to really look into this because I have seen these for years, and I've kind of gone, okay, I'll get them eventually at some point. But I'm not going to go out my way to get them. Self-published yaoi novels don't exactly scream quality to me, but it does scream interesting to me. Kind of want to know, you know, like there's a little bit of curiosity there, like how good is it? How bad is it? Is it so bad it's good? Or is it actually good? You know, so I don't know. I've always been interested. So when I saw this for a really good price, I think the lowest I've seen these ones go for, because there is quite a few self-published works out there, and I've seen these go for, I think the lowest was almost £6, and I thought, well, okay, but then do I want to pay £6 on this? Or do I want to pay £6 on an actual title that I know I'm going to want and go in my collection? And I do want to eventually get these. But I saw this for like £3 something and I thought, great, go for it. There you go, you can always find out. And I do like having more yaoi novels. I like manga, of course, because of my collection. But I also enjoy just reading prose. So I like having yaoi novels as well. I'm getting really into Chinese BL novels as well, so I enjoy sitting and reading a book, and they're a little bit easier to have around you in public if you're wanting to enjoy some BL but without actually having anything graphic on show. So yeah, I'm interested. This is a self-published title through Amazon, and it was published in England, so interesting. And it's around 2000, so actually it's quite an age, or at least copyright's 2000. It doesn't actually have a publishing date exactly on it, so I will find out and try and see where it goes in the timeline of BL. It's just so interesting. I know there's a second volume of Roppongi Night Clinic, and I know that there's a few other Mariko Hihara titles out there. Just little things though. Why is translation lowercase? Just the little things that make me go, oh, proofreader or copy editor or someone. Maybe there wasn't anyone. Maybe this is literally they've done it, which makes me think, how is the translation? How is this? Is this going to be good? Or like I said, is it going to be so bad it's good? So yeah, this holds a lot of interest for me. I'm gonna enjoy perusing this at some point. I'm definitely adding this to my yaoi novel collection. I like how it is yaoi novel and they put yaoi novel on it. For all those people who say, oh, Japanese people never use the word yaoi. Well, maybe back in the day they did, so get over yourselves. Ooh, was that a little bit too much? Yeah, it was a word. Ugh. Anyway, Roppongi Night Clinic. I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is going to be good. Anyway, onto some manga. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to look at the Sublime manga titles that I got this month, and there are only two. They came as a set. I think I paid around £10 for both of these together, and I think that's actually a really good deal. As you probably know, I have another copy of Jackass, so now I have two. But I didn't have Fourth Generation Head Tatsuyuki Oyamato. These are both Scarlet Beriko titles. I bought them from the same person who sold me the two sets, and they were very cute and said, "You have very good taste." When they posted it, there was a lovely wee sweet note. I'm not sure, do I have? Because Fourth Generation Head I have avoided purchasing. I love Jackass. I think Jackass is really cute and it's sexy. I really enjoy it. It's a sweet little story. When Leshin, just about a month and a half, maybe a month ago, they put the predecessor for Fourth Generation Head, Minori no Te? Is it Minori or Midori? Anyway, in someone's hands. They put that on Leshin, and I just bought the full thing there and then so I could read it digitally. I know it was on Renta as well at some point, maybe it's still there. And I know Fourth Generation Head was originally digital too, so I have put off buying it for quite a long time. I know Jealousy is also now out. I think Volume 2 is also now out. I think that was an October release for some people. Not in the UK, I don't think. And when I was looking through my back catalogue of Sublime, like what have I got that's been in print and what have I not got, how far back does it go, this was the title. This was like, I've got everything before Fourth Generation Head, and I had quite a lot after Fourth Generation Head, but that was as far back in terms of the print titles that I hadn't actually purchased. And it was kind of always a sticking point because it's £8.99, which is okay because that's the old price. I might do a video on the change of pricing. It's as though people have just decided that they're not going to talk about that, but I might talk about that. Anyway, it's an £8.99 title, but it is never reduced. And I don't know if it's because it's so explicit content. And I just thought it was odd because obviously other ones like Jackass I got for a really good deal. Fourth Generation Head, I don't know if they printed a lot of it or if they just didn't print that much and so it's never been reduced. But it was really hard to find a good price. Even just now, for a while I couldn't actually get a copy. And now they have some more printed, but it's only been reduced for like £1, so it's still £7.99. So it's still £8, and I'm thinking, you've put off buying it for such a long time. There's a reason why. So I don't know. I know there's going to be violence, and I know I'm not going to be happy about some of the aspects of the story because I've read other reviews, and I really liked the predecessor. Is it Midori no Te? I really enjoyed it. The artwork's lovely. It's very sexy. It's cute. But this one I know has some issues, and I know Jealousy as well. Some of the Yakuza stories I enjoy, and sometimes I just don't. Maybe it's just too real and it makes me feel uncomfortable. So this one I know has elements in it that other people have reviewed it and it makes me feel like, ooh, like I don't want to. Kind of similar to how I felt about other titles. I'm like, you have to read this just to read it. It's in your collection, it's in part of your TBR. Just get it over with. But then also you need to be in the right frame of mind. Or practice self-care, like this isn't the time for you to be reading this. You're not emotionally in the right place. So Fourth Generation Head, although it's going to be sexy, it's going to be cute, it's going to be lovely, it's also going to be a bit of a hard read. So even though I have it now, I might not read it straight away. So but I got it for a good price because I got two for £10, which means it was about £5. And I can always give away or sell my second copy of Jackass, and you know, feels like I get some money back. So yeah, I'm really happy that I've got it. It now means that the oldest title that I don't have yet in Sublime is actually Yarichin Bitch Club Volume 1. and Given Volume 1. Given Volume 1 in print was really hard to get for months. I think they finally got some more in the UK somewhere. So, and also Yarichin Beach Club Volume 1 was kind of hard to get. So, yeah, I think that's as far back now, which I think might just be just into 2019, and Given I think it's just into 2020. So, I'm catching up again with the more modern titles. But yeah, Fourth Generation Head adds to my collection and brings up the dates a little, so I'm happy I'm keeping fairly up to date, even if I'm not reading it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to some out of print titles. In fact, most of what's left is out of print titles. I think there's just one new title left. So this is my due titles for this month. Woo woo! Etowa Love Machine. This is Amayo Tsuge. I really like her artwork. It's really cute, and this is a hard title to get hold of, guys. So is Spring Fever, to be honest, a Yugi Yamada title. As you can see, it's quite yellowed. I don't know if that's the actual. It might be the way it's supposed to look. I don't know. It has a slight yellow tinge to it, because the paper is actually like pure white. So this is the due titles that I have a few still left to get. Not many, if I'm honest though. I actually don't have many due titles left to get, and obviously now with Spring Fever by Yugi Yamada, da 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 da, I only have one Yugi Yamada print title left to buy. Wow! Of course it is going for like 70 quid, but still, if you can get it at 70 quid, still, I'm happy that there's only one print title left. It will be a big party that I throw for myself when I get that title. But Love Machine Etowa I also thought was going to be impossible to get. I think I got it from Thrift Books, and they had, they were saying like this was a good copy or a very good copy, and it is, it's quite a good copy, and I think I only paid about £10 or £11 for it, so, and about the same for the Spring Fever one too, which I got from a European seller. So very happy actually with these two titles for my due. They add to the collection. They were tricky ones to get hold of. They're not always available for retail price, so to get them for around the £10 mark is actually quite good. So very happy with these two adding to my due. Really, it's going down a lot. There's only a few more titles that I need to get for due, and some of them are tricky ones to get that I might not get for a long time. It might be a long haul. I need to wait it out and search around and that kind of thing. But I thought that with Love Machine. I've thought that with a lot of my white whales, actually. My white whales, this summer has been really great for. So, very happy with these two adding to my collection. And actually finally being able to read, well, both of them, but Spring Fever especially, I'm really looking forward to reading. I love a good Yugi Yamada title. They're very adult. They're witty. It's like watching a 1940s Hollywood, you know, screwball comedy. They're witty dialogue, always witty dialogue. So yeah, I'm so excited about these two. Very happy. Okay, now moving on to Kitty Media, which is another BL publisher. This is Incubus Volume 1 by Yayoi Neko. Wow, I got this for a really good price as well. This has been selling for around £25. I did not spend £25. I think I got it for, I actually have no idea what I got it for, but I know it wasn't that. I think it was around like £6 maybe? Maybe it was more like the £10. I don't know. I can't remember. I ordered it a long time ago. Like I said, a lot of things all arrived at once and suddenly I've got a lot to show you. But this is exciting news because this just leaves Incubus Volume 3, and then I will have all the Kitty Media BL published. It will be a complete publisher set that I will then own, which is incredibly exciting. Whether or not I get it for a good price. That's the thing. You know, it's quite tricky to get hold of a volume 3 in the UK anyway. I know you can get it in Canada, I know you can get it in America, but the shipping costs so extortionate. So even if I could buy it for a good price, I then have to add on $20–40 onto shipping, and I don't want to pay that. No one wants to pay that. So I will wait it out for my volume 3, wherever that may be, and slowly and surely I will get this complete set. I kind of want it now though, because Incubus, now I have volume 1 and 2, I could read for Manga Freakathon. But if I get, you know, through the read of 1 and 2 and I enjoy it, then I'm going to be really gutted because I won't have volume 3. So yeah, I will eventually get volume 3. But I might have a wee read of these for the Manga Freakathon. Just because I really want some nice, good... I've got a lot to read now, actually, for Manga Freakathon. I should maybe start a bit earlier, just so I can get it all done, because my TBR is going to be huge. Because I have Vassalord to read as well. So I'm very much enjoying all of these vampire-ish, gothic-y types that I'm going to be reading. So yeah, Incubus is another one. Volume 3. You will come when you come, wherever it may be, and I will be happy because I will have a complete outer print set. Woo woo woo. So yeah, happy to have this one in the collection. So this is the blue titles that I got for this month. You Will Fall in Love by Hinako Takanaga and You and Me, etc. by Kyugo. I really like Kyugo's work, so I'm really excited to finally read You and Me, etc. And I like Hinako Takanaga's work. This kind of era of her work. So I think You Will Fall in Love is just a 1-volume story, and then there was You Will Drown in Love, which is a 2-volume series, and I only have volume 2 of, so I think I need to get volume 1. So I'm still behind in the Hinako Takanaga stakes. There's still a few of her more difficult to find titles that I need to get, but Kyugo's You and Me, etc. has been a bit tricky. Occasionally it'll come up for sale, and it's usually around anywhere between £10 and £20, so it's a bit trickier to find. This is a really good copy, and it came with 2 other works that I will show you in a bit, and I don't usually, but I bought them from Canada because the person was selling them, and there was a few out of print titles that I was like, oh, if I get them all and then ask about shipping, combined shipping, maybe I can get it a bit cheaper. So they were really lovely, and they combined the shipping and they sent it as cheap as they possibly could. So it's taken months to get here. Well, it's taken 1, 2, 3, no, 2.5. 2.5 months to get here. And it was still more expensive when you added on the shipping than I probably would have liked, but it kind of made it like good to have because I got 3 very good titles. So this is the first one, and it's a blue one. So in my blue collection, when it comes to actually finishing off that collection, there's still a few more that I need to get, but it's getting less and less by the year. I think I started my little journey this time last year getting I think it was Love Hurts, and that was kind of like, okay, now you're focusing what you're buying and trying to get ones that you want to get that fills the gap. So these 2 definitely fill the gap. They plug the hole, and I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to enjoy reading You and Me, etc. It's one I've been looking forward to. I will also enjoy reading You Will Fall in Love too. So 2 good ones to add, and also that help me to go some way towards collecting my blue collection. Now on to a new title that I purchased. It's not the brand spanking new one. I think we're on to like 14 or 15 for What Did You Eat Yesterday. But volume 12 by Fumio Yoshinaga, this is. Volume 12 is very stark with the black. So it's very different from the ones I've got in my collection already, but I saw this for sale on eBay for around £6 or £7 almost £7. So I went to go buy it, and then the seller was really good and actually said, now that we're actually packaging it up, we've noticed that there's some damage, and do you still want to get it? We can reduce it in price, or whatever it was they were going to do. And I thought, oh, well, that's a shame. I don't really want to get a damaged copy. So I had a look on Amazon to see, and it just so happened that the exact same volume was less than £6. So I said no thank you to the eBay seller. I kind of felt bad about it because they had put it up, but they hadn't actually said that it was damaged. So I managed to get a brand new copy from eBay. Unfortunately, it did come ever so slightly damaged. It's not in pristine condition. It's like someone's paw print has like damaged it. And also, when they posted it to me, they put it in an envelope that was literally the exact same size as the book itself. So there was almost no protection. So there is, even like putting it in, I think they damaged it. You can just see a slight damage on like the base of it. It's ever so slight, but then I notice these things, and when I buy brand new, I kind of expect them to take care of things like that. When I buy second hand, I don't mind so much, and when I buy second hand and the seller has wrapped it so lovely and, you know, put so much care and effort into making sure that it's protected, and written me a little handwritten note to say, you know, thanks, and you know that it's come from a good home and it's coming to my home, and it really feels so much more personal. So I actually really like buying second hand for those personal aspects, and because people do take a lot of care. So there's more care sometimes given to a second hand book than a brand new book. So I don't particularly, these are one of the other aspects of when you purchase things through a big giant seller like Amazon, that there's sometimes less care given to something that is actually brand new. So but it's like minor, so minor, so like, you know, first world problems. But I now have volume 12, which is good. I will slowly collect these and add them to my collection. I actually really want to try making all the food in them. Maybe except with that one here that says red squid natto and avocado rice bowl. I'm okay. I'm not really a fan of natto. So, yep, I'm glad to have volume 12. I will eventually get all of these except for volume 9, obviously. But everything else, I'll be able to buy it at some point. So yeah, glad I've got this vertical title. Now on to another title that I got from Amazon, and that is Millennium Prime Minister Volume 2. As I mentioned, I could have got this for around £3 or £4, and unfortunately I didn't. And this one I then saw for around £15 to £20, and I was a bit disappointed that I didn't get it when I could have. So I'm still missing Volume 1. I will be on the lookout for a good priced Volume 1. But I did see a second-hand seller selling it for around £9, and then I thought, well, I'll just check with Amazon, and they had a brand new copy for £10, so I thought just pay the extra £1 and get a brand new copy. So actually it did come quite well packaged, and this one, even though it's a brand new copy, it's still quite old because it's when it was published, so they've had it in their store for quite a while. But it does add to my collection of Doki Doki, and so it's one less that I need to get. I just have volume 1 to get for Millennium Prime Minister now. So still quite a few Doki Doki titles that I need to get, but not as many BL. Some are just BL adjacent, I think. They're not quite as BLE. But I still want them in my collection, so another one down for Doki Doki. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking at my Drama Queen titles that I got this month. Dual brand White Guardian, which is usually quite expensive, and The Last Portrait by Akira Honma, which is also quite expensive generally. They are drama queens, so they're out of print and they are more rare, and so people put them up for really big prices, usually over £20 if I'm honest. So if you're getting it between 10 and 20, that's probably a good price. Usually I think I think around £15 is what I've seen White Guardian go for. That's usually the price that it sells at, and I think I spent just less than that, which is good. Actually, I think I got it for about 11, which is good. Yeah, I think I got it for about 11, which is really good. So yeah, White Guardian, very happy about that, because it adds to another one. I think there's another one right there. There's a few dual brand titles I have, and there's a few dual brand titles I still need to get. So I might be on the lookout for a couple more of those, if I can get them for around £10. Drama Queens are usually around that. Last Portrait, however, is usually more expensive. This one was on the secondhand sellers website for a long time at around £25, and then they dropped the price and I snapped it up, and so I think I got it for around 12 or 13, something like that. So usually, I'm gonna have to stop saying usually, because now for the past few months anyway, the usual price is actually around £10 that I'm spending on these titles, because they are the out of print or older or harder to get ones. So I got it for around the same price that I'm now paying for a lot of things. So Last Portrait adds to it. There's another one as well. I'm trying to think of what it's called. No, it's gone. So there's a few Drama Queen ones that are rarer, more difficult to find, and more expensive. So yeah, but adding another 2 is always good. So 2 this month is quite a lot. I haven't been focusing on Drama Queen. I don't really want to focus on Drama Queen. The quality of the stories inside, I don't always enjoy. I don't know why, but sometimes I'm like, eh. So I'm not really focused on getting them. It's not going to be a priority. And if I come across one with a good price, then yes, I'll purchase it. But yeah, it's definitely not high on the agenda for completion. It will get done when it gets done. That's kind of my view on Drama Queen titles is, yeah, I'll get them when I get them, whatever. But I do like Akira Honma, and I can't say I like Geo Brand. Actually, I've never read a Geo Brand that I'm like, yeah, that was great. Why am I buying them then? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, 2 added to the collection. Happy days. Okay, so on to the 801 titles. I was almost like, what ones are these? These are 801s. So yeah, these are my 801 titles this month, and wow, I'm actually really chuffed. So I was able to get volume 1 of Ze, Yuki Shimizu's title, 11 volumes, difficult to complete. Now particularly difficult to complete. So I was able to get a volume 1 last year, and then someone put volume 1 and 2 up for sale, and I didn't get it, and I kind of was like a bit disappointed. So when someone else put volume 1 and 2 up for sale recently, and the starting price was £6 plus postage and packaging, so it was an auction, and I put in a higher bid thinking this was going to go through the roof, and thought, right, okay, well, how much do I want to pay? Not a lot, because I've already, you know, got a volume 1, and it's really just the volume 2 that I'm after. So I put in a higher bid, and I got it for £6.50, so I felt really bad for whoever put in the £6 bid. But they didn't seem all that bothered about it. I was like, I thought there was going to be a bidding war, that I was going to enter the den. The den of wolves. Everyone champing at the bit, but no. So, didn't really... So I was so like, oh, that's a shame. I'm not going to get this volume 2. I wonder if there's any other Ze volumes around, because there's hardly ever any Ze volumes around, and if they are, it's usually 7 and 8. Everyone knows that. You get volume 9 and 11, that's fine. But 5 and 6 especially, 5 as well though, never comes up. So Ze was there, volume 5. I was like, what? And no one's buying it. There's no bidding or anything going on in that one, so yeah, I just purchased volume 5 for around £10, which is a, you know, around retail price. And I was like, usually this sells for so much more, so I don't know who put it up, but I was dead chuffed to get volume 5. So I actually bought the volume 5 before the volume 1 and 2 lot had ended. So I was already kind of like, woohoo, I got a Z! And then ended up getting the Z 1 and 2. So I now have 2 volumes of Z Volume 1. And I now have a Volume 2 and a Volume 5, which means that I only need to get Volume 6 to complete my Z. Woo! Which, of course, as we all know, is the most expensive, the most rare, the most difficult to get hold of. So, do I think I will get Volume 6? No. No. Not in this lifetime. But then did I think I was going to get Volume 5? No. I am literally having to eat my words every single time I say like, oh, I'm never going to get this, and then I get them. So, yeah. So this is a really big deal. This is a momentous occasion. I now only need to get Volume 6 for Z. And of course, 801 titles that I need to get, it's really small because I was able to get I've Moved Next Door to You, and I was able to get Underground Hotel. So I think I only need to get 4 801 titles. 801 titles, yeah. I only need to get Volume 6 for Z, and Volume 1 for Love is Like a Hurricane, and Fallen Saint's Kiss. So I only have 3 more volumes to get for 801, and then that will be a complete set as well. So it's kind of exciting. This is me excited. Wah. See, did you hear that? That was excitement. Wah. Only 3 titles to go. They're very difficult to get hold of, and they're expensive, and they're rare, and so, I mean, I can always get a digital title of Fallen Saints Kiss, but I'm so kind of excited about it that I'm really chipping away at, like, you know, to get for the collection with this random purchase that I was able to make. So I'll keep an eye out for other random purchases that I'll be able to make. We'll see. But yeah, great. Very happy with this because I really do like Yuki Shimizu's work, and Z is one that's kind of a fun one to do as well. So yeah, happy about this. Now before I move on to the June manga titles that I'm going to be showing you, because I have quite a few of them, I thought I would go into the final brand new title that I bought. And I did actually purchase another one around the same time, but it's not arrived yet, so we'll see. That'll be in a November haul. I'm sure it'll arrive by November. So I'll at least have one thing to show you next month. And I think that's fair. There should only be one. I'm showing you far too much this time. Anyway, Can an Otaku Like Me Really Be an Idol by Wakoko Wako. Wakoko Wako. And this is Kuma Publishing's work. I've not actually bought anything from Kuma yet, so there's a few Kuma titles that I'm going to need to get. That's BL, there's a few other newer publishers out there who are now doing some BL. Like Square Enix, I don't have Cherry Magic yet either, so I need to get them. So yeah, very happy about this one. Still got its cover on, as you can see, because it just really arrived yesterday or the day before. So it seems like a fun one. Seems like a kind of silly one. Smexy, I think, as well, because it's Kuma, and Kuma's kind of known for being smexy. So I'm looking forward to this one. And when I get the plastic off, it should be good. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm actually, you know, also buying good ones. I got this because I had a deal. So if you bought a certain amount over a certain amount, then you got certain kind of discount. So I bought it because it came with a discount. So I'm not actually too bothered about making sure I get the brand new titles. As I mentioned, my focus this year is definitely on trying to get some out of print titles to add, and I've done that really well for the past few months, and this one as well. So yep. But I also want to kind of keep up with some of the smaller publishers, so I'm happy to get this just now because I don't want it to go out of print and to be more difficult to get hold of. So there's the fine balance you need to kind of walk. So I've heard some good things about this. I've heard it's smexy. So I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm glad that I've got another publisher to add to my collection. Okay, so I am going to be moving on to some June manga titles. And I think one DMP title as well. And it's kind of hard to decide what to show you because I've got quite a few. Which ones are like, woo, woo, the exciting one. This one I think is probably the most exciting, so, is it? Well, it's an exciting one, so, for me anyway. I didn't think I was going to manage to get this. It arrived really quickly as well, and it's a little butterfly omnibus. Hinako Takanaga. So this is also one that I thought I probably won't get it, but it came up for sale on eBay for £10, starting at the bidding, so I thought, well, I'll put in a £10 bid. No one else bid on it, so I got it for £10. Which is like, what? Because I know you can get the Little Butterfly single volumes for fairly reasonably priced, anywhere from like £2 up to £5 per volume. So I can't even remember what I paid for my single volumes. So I have the set already. I don't need this. But when the omnibus came up for, you know, sale, I thought, why not? Give it a wee go. And I ended up getting it. So it is thick. It's a little bit too thick. It's almost as though it's definitely been read, which is good. I quite like that. And it's not in absolute immaculate condition, but it is fabulous condition considering, you know, there's so much in this one volume. So yeah, very happy to have this added to my collection. It is a difficult one to get hold of for a good price. I have been watching someone sell it on eBay for about 1.5 years now, and they've been wanting to charge almost 50 quid. Yeah, around 50 quid, because with postage and packaging it's over 50 quid. So to get it for 10 is a very good deal. Because I don't think this was £10 originally, so I'm definitely getting it for less than recommended retail price, which evens out, I think, part of the year. Not much of the year, but it's part of the year. So very good one to add to my collection for such a good price. Very happy about this. Now here is another one that I wanted to show on its own. This is the DMP Digital Manga Publishing version of Antique Bakery Volume 4. Of course, this is Fumi Yoshinaga's a scratch and sniff version. I love how they did a scratch and sniff version. But yeah, Antique Bakery Volume 4 is notoriously difficult to get hold of. A lot of people will have and sell, because that's what happened to me, volumes 1, 2 and 3. And of course, when I first bought it, I didn't really pay that much attention. So when someone said the set, I just bought it thinking it was the full complete set, and then realised, oh, they just never were able to get a volume 4. And now I've just bought it, so now I need to try and find a volume 4. And the cheapest I found this for was, someone was selling it for £10.99 plus around £4 or £5 postage and packaging. And I didn't buy it at the time. I thought, maybe a little bit lower. And then someone bought it, and it was like, then looking for it, it was really hard to find, and especially hard to find for a good price. And while I was on the hunt for What Did You Eat Yesterday? Good buys, I thought I'll just stick in Fumi Yoshinaga's name to eBay and see what comes up. And lo and behold, one of my normal sellers in Europe that I buy from was selling this for, I think it was £10, £10.99 I think, free shipping. I was like, buy. Like, yes, waiting works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll show you one where it doesn't. I'll give you an example of where it doesn't work, and give you another example of when it does work at the exact same time. You know, there's just as many times when waiting it out works, when waiting it out doesn't work, and you end up spending more. Millennium Prime Minister, anyone? I'll show you another one in a minute. But yeah, Antique Bakery. Waiting worked for this one, and I got it for £10, which is really good for a volume 4. And it now means I have a complete set. And Dynamic Dylan recently got a full set and did a reading, which I enjoyed. I watched a bit of it, and I listened to most of it with a walk. So yeah, I'm very happy with getting Antique Bakery. I know a lot of people in America probably find it easier to get these sets. As I've mentioned, it is harder to get things in the UK, BL related. So, to be able to get this from a European seller, which is slightly easier. It's easier to get it in Europe, it's easier to get it in North America. You know, the UK is quite tricky to get hold of things. I know there are probably many, many countries out there who are going, people from countries going, yeah, it's impossible to get it here, so shut your face. And I'm like, yes, sorry. Crawl back into my hole. But yeah, this is quite a tricky one to get, so very happy. And I tick off that series, so very happy to have Antique Bakery. Now I have the full set, I can sit and read it. I 100% will recommend everyone goes and watches the Korean drama version though. It's hilarious and also fabulous. So yeah, and of course the anime is brilliant and the music is so good, so good. Love it, so good. So yeah, Antique Bakery is a good one to have in the collection. Yay! Now the next two I'm showing you really have nothing in common, other than I bought them from the same Canadian seller who sold me the You and Me, etc. So these kind of came together. Was very happy about that. Our Kingdom, Arabian Nights by Naoki Kojima is a tricky one to get hold of for a good price, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, but it seems to be one of the more expensive ones, and I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge Naoki Kojima fan. Her artwork never really appeals to me, but I have Our Kingdom volumes 1 through 6, and I have a few extras of it, but I never got the Arabian Nights one. And I love Arabian Nights. I love Arabian Nights. Anything Arabian Nights, I'm kind of like, cool, I'll buy that. So, all that nonsense, you know, when BL gets added to the mix, but I do like Arabian Night stuff. So, I wanted it, but it was really tricky to get hold of for a good price. So yeah, I'm not sure, I'm still unsure if I got it for a good price overall. I think overall, if I spread the cost of, I think like without it being, without the postage and packaging being added, I think it was about $3 or £3. But then add on the postage and packaging, it kind of takes it up to about 12 or 13 pounds. So I'm not sure if I got it for a brilliant deal, because I think I could have got it for £8 plus £4, but still was about £12. So yeah, that's kind of going rate for this one. And as I mentioned, I'm not a huge fan, so I never really wanted to pay that much for it. Anyway, I got it now. It's in my collection. I can just put it away and I don't need to think about it until I actually read it. The other one though, oh, I'm so proud of myself for having this. How can you be proud of your possessions? But I'm proud of myself for having this. This is Secrecy of the Shivering Night by Muku Ogura. I have been doing, or at least been trying to do, some Chibi-tober, and the first one I did was a Muku Ogura chibi from Castle Mango. I love Ogura's work, so beautiful. I have Secrecy of the Shivering Night in digital format, and I was going to read it for the Buzzwordathon in September if I had time, but I didn't really have time. And I thought if this arrived, I would read it in print form for that, but it never arrived because it took, I don't know, like 10 weeks to come, so yep, it took a long time, but I got here in the end, woo woo! So yeah, I'm happy to have Our Kingdom, really happy to have You and Me, etc., Kyugo's work, and really happy to have Secrecy of the Shivering Night, because this is a tricky one to get hold of, and I absolutely love Ogura's work. It's just beautiful, beautiful artwork. And as I've said, I've read it already because I've got the digital. I've had the digital for years, so nice to have one of those in the collection that it's just been tricky. So that's really the reason why I purchased from Canada, was this particular volume, Secrecy of the Shivering Night. I don't think I would have bothered too much for Arabian Nights and You and Me, etc., because I've seen them available for different prices, but this one I really can't see a volume for a good price. Secrecy of the Shivering Night is always so expensive, so when I saw it for a good price I thought I'll get that, and then I added a couple of extra to the cart kind of thing. So it's really this volume's fault that I did exactly what I tell myself never to do, and that's buy from North America. So yeah, unfortunately I broke that, but it makes me feel good to have, so as I said, I'm quite proud that I have it. And I'm going to enjoy sitting down and reading it. It's going to be a lovely little read. Even though I know the story, even though I've read it already, it's going to be nice to sit down and go, oh, you're mine now. Added to the collection. Okay, hopefully you can see that well. So these are the last ones for the month of October. I know, I feel like I've been talking for over an hour, so this is going to be a really long one and it's going to take forever to edit. But here we go. The last three are good ones. This is Honey Smile, Yura Miyazawa. I got this, I just paid full price for it. I was just like, get it. It's in immaculate brand new condition. It just doesn't look like it's been read at all. So I got it from a UK seller. Very happy to get that. And it plugs a wee gap there. My Bad by Shimbariz. I got this from, I think it was like thrift books, so I think this also came from America, but it was like super cheap, and then the postage and packaging wasn't that expensive either, so I managed to get that for a good price. Yeah, less than £10, so really happy about that one. And then Right Here, Right Now, this is volume 2, and I actually managed to get this from Amazon for I think it was around £8, so I got a good price for that one as well. Unfortunately, this is another story of when to wait and when not to wait. Right Here, Right Now, volume 1 was on sale for around £14 or £15, and I thought, oh, maybe they'll drop the price. Maybe they'll drop the price. And they didn't. They put it up to 50 quid. It's like when to wait and when not to wait. So yeah, wait around long enough, I'll get a good price for it. So like Honey Smile, I could have maybe waited. Someone else had it on for £20, and I'm like, I'm not paying £20 for it, but like 12 or 13, yeah, okay, I'll pay that. And then I don't feel bad about waiting around. But My Bad I got for a really good price. That's usually quite expensive for, I mean, you can get it in America for really cheap, but you've got to pay $40 shipping. So to get it for a good price, I'm very happy with that. And also because I like Shimbariz's work, and this was one of the, I think one of her last ones to get in BL exclusive. She does also some shoujo stuff, so my girlfriend's a geek. I don't have any, and I would like to get. It's kind of like a precursor to Kiss Him Not Me. I kind of like that BL crossover shoujo work. Usually has a bit of BL in it anyway. So yeah, that's some more Shimbariz work to get. And obviously I'll need to get Right Here, Right Now volume 1 at some point. At some point that will happen. But yeah, I'm very happy to have these single volumes. They all came in at different times, so they add to the collection as well. They're all little ones being ticked off here and there, and a lot of June manga titles I need to get that I just don't think I'll ever get. And then I managed to find them for a good price, so yeah. Keeping the faith, the faith is strong. Glad that these ones are added as well. Okay, so this is everything that I was able to get for the month of October. It is an incredibly substantial amount, much more than I have been getting on a regular basis recently. As I said, I usually aim for around 7 or 8 volumes, and this is by far by far and away, I think, the most I have purchased this year in one single month. May, I think, comes a close second, but every other month is literally just a few volumes here and there. So I've got some really good ones. They've been plugging the gaps, and in terms of the collection, it really does help to have a few more in almost all of the different publishers. I think to be able to add in some big ones that I've been missing, so Antique Bakery Volume 4, the Omnibus for Little Butterfly, also some Dew titles and some Drama Queen titles that I haven't had. The Ze Volume 2 and 5 has been really good. Incubus Volume 1, it's always nice to have those as well. And to get a new title, Can an Otaku like me really be an idol, is something extra as well. I've got some nice June titles added to the collection, the blue titles as well. So just overall, it's been nice to get some good titles, to get two sets that are not complete with Bloody Mary but are complete with Godchild, which is going to be good, fun, gothic-y, vampire-y reading. I'm going to enjoy. So yeah, so some good titles for October to be read in here, and just some extra titles that add to the collection. I do not want to total up how much I've spent for this month, because I think I would really freak out a bit. But I've had to go back to work. Obviously it's been quite stressful going back to work. A lot of people have had lockdown, and over the past few months I've been back working, earning my normal wage. Before I was on what's called furlough in the UK, so I was not earning as much, and I was definitely wanting to make sure that I wasn't overspending, but at the same time you're sitting in your house with very little to do and your mental health suffering, and online shopping seems to be something that I do as a means of coping. It's my coping mechanism. So this maybe is evidence of me not doing so well with either coping being in my house on my own, or having to go back out into society and work again and be surrounded by hundreds of people in my work. So yeah, this definitely shows maybe my mental health is not at its best, but my collection is doing fabulously. I know this is something that most people need to have to deal with anyway. We're all gonna have to deal with it, but yeah, it's definitely been, on a personal note, this kind of shows me maybe I'm not doing as well. So I'm going to try and cut back on leaving the house as much as possible. And I have been ill this month too, so that's kind of helped, because I did not want to get out of bed. I have been trying to do my Chibi-tober. That's been quite therapeutic as well, and I've enjoyed doing it, so I might try and continue with something creative for the month of November as well. That is like NaNoWriMo, I think, when you try to just write as much as you possibly can in the month of November. So I might do some writing in November, just to keep up my creativity as a means of practicing good mental health. So anyway, that's my wee rant over, and I've talked long enough. This is going to be absolutely huge, so I'm very sorry. If you have made it to the end of this video, give yourself a really good pat on the back just listening to my ramblings for such a long time. What are you doing? I hope you've been doing something productive at the same time. Really, I honestly do. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this absolutely huge, massive manga haul. This is not going to happen next month. You'll be lucky if you get one. In fact, you will only probably get one next month. That'll be my manga haul. Be like over in 2 ticks. This is it. This is what I got. It's great. I loved it. But yeah, thank you for coming along. If you have any suggestions about Yuki Kaori, or if you've read Bloody Mary, does it have a bit of BL in it? I kind of want to know. And if you've read any of these other titles, or if you've got anything to say about them, let me know. Have you read Roppongi Night Clinic and its 2nd volume? Was it trash? Was it like gold trash? I really want to know. I'm gonna enjoy reading that one as well. So yeah, let me know what you think about the titles that I've shown you this month. Thanks for sticking around. Take care, everyone. I'll maybe see you next month. Maybe. Bye.